Alright, it is now recording. I am recording, and this is the point where I go test, 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 test. Very cool. I got everything I need. Okay, so today my GH7 came, and previously I had a GH6 which I sold for a G9 Mark II, and I sold it away to buy this along with the S9. And now I'm filming on the iPhone because I want to be able to hold both the cameras in my hand as I talk. So I do like this a lot, but it's strange because I feel like Panasonic actually scrimped and saved on a few things. So first of all, big thing, a lot less accessories inside. I never use most of the accessories on the GH6, but I will say that it was pleasant to open the box to know that they gave a lot of stuff. So two main things missing from here that the GH6 had. Oh, did it die? Is it still recording? Am I still recording? Or is it I don't have battery to my HDMI monitor? I'm still recording, right? Am I dropping frames? I don't think so. It's more like I think this monitor ran out of battery. So this is not an ideal setup. Much better if I actually had a proper HDMI out. HDMI monitor is gonna come on. Shit, come on, turn on. Okay, it's coming on. And hopefully this has enough juice to last. Okay, so we're still recording. Yeah, so the two major things that were missing from this thing was there is no USB-C cable, which is very strange. So they give you a charger without any cable. They still give you the thing to plug in for a flash sync, but I don't use that. And there used to be a plastic thing that you can attach to the side of this thing here to sort of like a cable strainer, but they also don't give you this anymore. So they save a little bit of money on that. And now most of this camera, the build quality, I think is still the same as the GH6, but somehow I feel like it's slightly cheaper. It's hard to explain, but what I do believe is true is that the parts are cheaper. The plastic feels more plasticky, and the metal components feel less high quality. And I can't put my finger on it unless I have a GH6, but I swear I used to think all these dials, I think they used to be those concentric circle stuff. But right now it's, I don't know if you can see it, but now it's like normal flat metal. It doesn't feel the same, definitely. Like all these things used to feel more high quality. And this rubber is very squishy, which I don't know you can see, but I don't think it used to be this squishy, so it doesn't feel very high quality. And you can also feel this thing move. There's a lot of give up and down. So I'm quite disappointed in the build quality of the new GH7. I'm sure the image and everything is fine, but just the quality control of Lumix is a little bit sad, because I just paid 3,000 Sing dollars for this. And there's one thing that really eats me is, I don't know if I can level this thing, but if you see this side is slightly lower than this side. And sometimes it makes me wonder if, like when I'm using it, it feels like something is off, not leveled. And actually it's just because the LCD is just slightly lower. So if I can actually sort of push this higher. I don't think you can see it, but I'm just complaining here. This piece is just, it needs to be higher, just like half an mm. You know, it's just kind of slanted, and it's a bit annoying. Other things that I find a bit odd, this SD card cover slot is more wobbly, I believe, than the GH6, or this just could be me complaining, but I have a lot of things to complain about all the time. I don't know if this button used to be metal, but this feels very plasticky. Maybe it's the same, but I really am not a fan of the new build quality of these cameras. The image I like, the user interface is nice, everything else is still the same that I enjoy, but it's just the build quality, man. I'm a little bit sad about it. Like, this thing moves. This thing is a wobbly bitch. This is strange. This dial doesn't feel the same as the GH6. I really think they don't make these the same as they used to. There's some management change, and they are cheapening a lot of the materials that they use, and I'm not very happy about it. Image quality is still there, so maybe the imaging department is fine, but they are definitely cutting some corners in the manufacturing process, and I think the GH6 seems to be the last good manufacturing. So there's that. I don't think this is built as tanky as before. We'll see, but immediate impressions is that it's familiar based on the design of the GH6, but the build quality is, it's almost like the build quality is like the S9, which I love, but the S9 is really plasticky overall, and I would say that this is also kind of plasticky. I'm not a huge fan of how they've done this. I have to go and see the pictures of the GH6 to see whether it's exactly the same, but somehow it just doesn't feel the same. The buttons and the overall build quality of everything it's not the same. I think it's like the thing I really can't stand is this screen. This screen is I can't show it to you. I have to take a picture, but it's just like the camera is straight and the screen is just slightly slanted, and it's quite annoying. And the last one, this one I think you'll be able to see is, I don't know if you, actually maybe you can't also, but these things below here are pixelated. I don't know if you can tell, but they are pixelated. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I take a blank photo, put a lens cap? I don't have a lens cap on right now. So these, the f-stop number, the focal exposure, the ISO, and up to the 999 plus, all those are pixelated, which is quite annoying. These numbers are all pixelated, and I don't think you can see it there, but trust me, I have no idea why, but they are pixelated. If you see the UI on the S9, it's not pixelated. It's perfectly sharp. Here, this is all good. It's sharp. But the one on the GH7, is pixelated. So it's not a big deal. It's just that there's something wrong with the guys at Panasonic and their quality control and what they're releasing out. I think they need to get their act together, fix this in the firmware, and please stop releasing cameras with such strange manufacturing tolerances. You guys are Japanese. I know this is made in China, but come on. Okay, I think that's just the first impression. The other one is, I know I used to shoot vivid on the GH6, And when I got the G9 Mark II, I noticed that the vivid will blow out, oversaturate yellows. So it looks very strange. I don't have an image here that I can show you, but if I can, I will try and see if I can show you the problem with shooting in vivid on this new sensor. And this, I do believe, is very similar to the G9 Mark II, where it will blow out the yellows. So can't use vivid on this thing, but vivid on the S9 Mark II is fine. Honestly, I really like this camera, and today the grip came, and it really does make the camera a lot easier to hold, and it looks cool. It looks really cool. I love this camera. I know I will love this camera also. It's just that initial impressions, they scrimped on the build quality, and you can feel it. Things are cheaper. Other than that, I'm quite happy, and I'm very excited to play around with these cameras and set it all up. Okay, bye-bye.